I'm exhausted. It's been a long, what is it? I left on Thursday morning. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days. I'm just getting too old for this S. I really am. So if you don't know, decided to take a road trip. Me and the wife, we went to New Mexico from Texas. So Dallas to Roswell. Spent the night in Roswell, partied a little bit, and then went the remaining of the time to Ruidoso, and then drove all the way back today. Left at like 6 a.m., 6 a.m. their time, 7 a.m. our time. Yeah, crazy. Not the longest road trip obviously I've ever been on. You guys know that, I used to drive to Kentucky a lot and whatnot and drove down to the beach, you know, Fort Walton, Destin, everything like that. So been around. Let's get cracking because you know what? I need a beer. Okay. I need one. So here's one that I brought back. This is a brewery I went to multiple times. This is Downshift. There you go. There's their logo right there. Downshift Brewing. This is in Ruidoso. They actually have two locations, like within. I swear to God, it's a couple blocks. One's the Hidden Tap. The other one is Lakeside or Riverside. Riverside. All right. Here, ooh. Hey, Lizzie. How you doing? How does it look? How does it sound? Got to get back to asking that since we're on the new platform, we're on new software, and I don't know how much longer because I did get some text messages while I was out of town. So I don't know how much longer we're going to be here, but we'll see. All right, this is a Kolsch. You all right, Tilly? I got Tilly in here with me. She's sleeping behind me. She's had a long journey. She went with us, which I don't know if you've ever traveled with a dog. I don't recommend it unless you have a bunch of places. She's in her bed. She's out cold. Sounds good. All right, thanks so much, and cheers. Mhm. I'm so thirsty. I bet you I could have knocked that back all the way. Um, Now, Collective Good is a Kolsch brewed to support those impacted by the South Fork, salt fire, and floods. 4.3% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs, 16 fluid ounces in this one. So yeah, there was been some crazy stuff out there, and as we're kind of roaming around town and talking to people and things like that, I didn't realize that they just essentially had floods and fires and all kinds. It was insane. So had no idea. Now, the back of this can, it's a German style Kolsch, by the way, which is one of my favorites. Come one, come all. This beer is for the collective good. The hops, yeast, and malt collectively build a floral, clean, and fruity profile. This German style Kolsch is crisp and refreshing with a touch of fruit character on the finish. Ruidoso strong, rise together, stand together, Ruidoso together. There you go. It's cool. And so all their cans, they all have it's like the black can, and then they just slap the stickers on there. But yeah, I like it. And this is one of the beers I had multiple times while I was there. So yeah, I'm sure you care. I know. I care. You care. We all care. You know about the can art. I'm a big fan of the can art. That used to be one of the things we would judge, believe it or not, because it's what would jump out off and jump off the shelf and in your hand and go home with you. So I was a big proponent. Now some can be misleading, some can be where you're like, oh, this looks awesome, I'm gonna get this, and then it's not what you think it is. You got to read the can. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a picture. I did take a lot of pictures of beer this weekend. So, but yeah, so rolled out to Roswell. We left here kind of early in the morning. I don't know what time it was, but it took about 6.5, 7 hours to get there. Oh, there goes Tilly. Someone's at the house. And man, she just kicked the door open. She's just a Yorkie. Hold on. Hey. And so about 7 hours to get there. We were pretty much slow rolling. I mean, there is like we were from Dallas to there. So once you get west of Fort Worth, you can pretty much open it up. Speed limit 75. I think that's just a suggested number. Hold on, let me. There we go. And so we were flying right along, having and so I know there's nothing out that they talk about the drive. People always tell me about it. Like, it's going to be real boring and this and that. And I was like, well, I've never been in West Texas. I've never driven out that way. And so I just, I was enjoying all the massive, what are those things that spin? Power, the propeller things. What's the name of those things, babe? God, dog. Anyways, they had a million of them. And then the landscape changes. and then then you get some hills and it was really cool, and then it does flatten out to where it's like nothing. And the further west you get, everything is like just it was like white trees, bushes, everything. So what the hell is going on? So apparently there was like a snowstorm, and it hadn't been warm enough for it to melt. So like everything's like blasted with snow and ice. It was wild as hell to see. It looked pretty cool. And then as you further get west, you start seeing some more hills. You start seeing, and it looked amazing. So I wanted to drive because I wanted to see what it looked like. I wanted to go out there, right? But it was just it was a little bit of a long drive, but I'm glad we did it because once we get closer to the mountains, um, it just looked amazing. So, anyways, we roll into Roswell. We get there a little too early to check in, so actually, yeah, we just went in there and said, "Hey, can we check in?" They said, "Yeah." So, pretty much, drop the luggage, go get a bite to eat, get some lunch, and then have some beers. All right, now what are we gonna do? Let's go relax for a second, Or I was like, no, you know what? No, 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 we didn't do that. We went to the Alien Museum. We did some walking around Main Street, popped in some shops. It's all alien, like 100% all alien stuff. It's pretty wild. I did enjoy it though. I thought it was cool. But like I said, we went to the museum. It was fascinating. I liked it. And then there's a brewery. There's one brewery in town. It's called Black Cock Brewing. And we pop in over there. We scoop up Tilly because we had to go eat. So we let her chill in the room for a little bit, get some Z's. You know what I'm saying? Pop in there. It's like 6 o'clock. There's a handful of people there, and then you start kind of realizing it's karaoke night. It's a dive bar vibe. So you're just chilling, right? Hanging out. I go and I thought, all right, listen, it was freezing outside. They said it was dog friendly too. They let Tilly in the tap room and to hang out. Billy Joe's in the house. What is going on? How we do? Do you know crocodiles could grow up to 15 feet, but most just have 4? Buddy, I missed you so much. I'm so glad to see you. Welcome over there on Twitch. So I walk up to the bar and they have 10 beers. 10 beers. I believe 10 beers on tap. They only had 3 of their own, and none of them were a beer. 2 ciders and a seltzer. And I was like, "Is this right?" She's like, "Yeah, whatever." I was like, "Okay, cool. Well, So we just started going on a list. So Lizzie and I went through the other 7 beers. All good. Didn't have any complaints. Right there, some of them from Santa Fe Brewing, some of them from the just random other ones in the state. I think I took a picture. I might have posted it. I don't know. I'll talk more about that when I'm going to do a brewery review of them, and then a couple of them we went to. I've been doing good, sir. Just got back into town. I just wanted to pop in here and go live. Yeah, doing good. I'm tired, my man. I'm about to hashtag for Lizzie. Oh yeah, I took Lizzie with me this time. I took her with me. So we start having these beers. We're feeling good. It starts to get kind of crowded. Well, I'm like, well, I don't want to sit in here because it's like Tilly was kind of antsy. Then we go outside for a second, and the people that want to sit in the seat, yeah, go ahead, sit there. We get outside, and it's got a fire and everything. It's just a little too cold, right? It's too cold. So we come back in. There's a corner, high top, 2-chair table. I was like, okay. She's like, I'm going to hold her. I'm going to keep her right here unless she wants to get down and then whatever. Everybody loving on Tilly all night. She did bark at a couple people, and then there was like another dog or 2 that showed up. So she barked a little bit then. So I was like, it's like you gotta either shut her up or we're gonna have to go. She can't sit there and bark. And it proceeds to get effing packed, nut to butt. I'm talking crazy. This place was small. It's tiny. The patio was bigger than the actual brewery or the bar area. And they had a quarter pipe out back. It was really cool. I was like, man, I'm about to grab me a deck and drop in. But, and so we're sitting there and we're having beers and we're laughing, we're yucking it up. And we start to, of course we just start talking to everybody and they're like, hey, where are you from? This and that. And it turned into a really good night. We actually shut the place down. And I was like, all right, where are we going now? There was like probably 10 of us, maybe not quite 10. Maybe like 6, 7 or 8, something like that. I think about 6, 7 or 8. And I was like, well, there's a bar over here. There's a bar over here. I was like, okay. Well, question is a dog friendly, because I got the dog. I'm not taking her back to the room just to leave her there, whatever. And they were like, "Nah, I don't think you can get a dog." I was like, "You know what? It's probably for the best because we got to drive an hour west tomorrow." So, and then it was tough getting to bed. I don't know what FB touchdown is. What is that? I'm pretty sure I could see it on Twitch. It just doesn't show up here on this new software. I do want to see it though. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. So we leave town. We wake up. It's a little foggy. We went through all those beers and then had some other. Then we just started drinking so there was some American lager there that was just great. It was like the perfect beer. So we just started banging those things back. Anyways, a little tough waking up the next morning. Had to get a late checkout. We're like the last ones in the whole damn hotel. Like everybody else, the whole parking lot, it was jam packed. When I got there, wasn't nobody there when we left. Crazy, crazy. And so we just made our way over, got a little bit of breakfast, this and that, and rolled on. And then the drive from Roswell to Ruidoso was just beautiful. It was gorgeous. I really enjoyed it. I think it made, it was awesome. And we got there, I think right around the time we got there a little early. So we went and got groceries, got some coffee, chilled for a little bit, and then went to go check in. You had to go check in at like wherever their shop is, and then head on over to the cabin. Cabin was all right. Astro and Dandy, how you doing? It was all right. And we get there, we're like, okay, now what? We're here. And so we're like, well, we can go driving around and go walking around. We're pretty close to everything, within town. Hold on real quick. I got to read this Billy Joe joke. Are you ready? All right. What do you call glasses for your balls? Spectacles. Damn it, Billy Joe. That's funny. Excuse me. And I think I got sick while I'm out there. Like my throat kind of hurts a little bit. I got like a little bit of a cough. While Lizzie was out there, her eyes were watering like crazy. So I don't know. We're allergic. Something's wrong out there for us. We're not used to either maybe that crazy mountain air or something like that. But it's because as soon as we pass the border, I go, "How's your eyes feeling?" Whatever. She goes, "They're back to normal now." It's like, okay, good. But yeah. So we just kind of roam around, go hang out. Now the brewery's out there. Can't have dogs inside. Because I think they're more like kind of down. So the downshift, the place that I'm drinking from right now, they got a massive tap. Oh, not massive, but it's big, right? You have a front area with a front bar, a back area with a back bar. They usually have live music there, and it's like they were rocking, right? It was cold. We get there, I'm like, man, we got to sit outside. And I'm like, all right, we can sit outside, but it's cold, and the heaters they have there are not going to keep it. They're not going to get things done. And so I was like, all right, I don't know what to do. So anyways, we bounce around to a couple different places. We get some grub. The first night or second night we were there, we ended up getting some Mexican food. Pretty good. Slight misses on a couple things, but ultimately not bad. Casablanca, if I'm not mistaken. And then another night we were like trying to find it. Was like, hey, what do you want to eat? Like, let's go get a burger. Burger place is closed. Let's go get a steak. Steak place, like, oh, it's reservations only. I go, ain't nobody here. Can we get a reservation for now? They're like, no. I was like, okay, I guess that's that. So we head back over like downshift and go get pizza and hang out. We went to their Hidden Tap location that night. So went to downshift, both their locations, went to Lost Hiker, and then we popped into Allsup's because someone recommended it on Facebook. And I grabbed a couple beers. I think I grabbed 2 4-packs and a sixer, or maybe just one, maybe a sixer and a 4-pack. And then I grabbed a Crowler from Lost Hiker, and then a 4-pack from Downshift. So I'll be doing beer reviews on those individually, and then also I'm going to give Alan a couple as well. So we might do a couple together, but it's going to be more like when we do them. If I do one, it's going to be more about like the brewery experience and whatnot. And then when you see me and Alan actually having a beer, we're going to review the beer itself. So we'll see how it goes. So, but yeah, it was a fun little trip. I was a lot of wildlife out there, like wild horses, just kind of roaming down the road. I'm just like looking around, like, what the hell's going on? And we saw some elk. We saw some deer, some mule deer. It was crazy. The mountains were amazing looking. Just it was just gorgeous. If you've never been, I highly recommend it. Someone recommended this place to me like probably 5, 6 years ago. I was like, all right, we'll finally get around to it. And then finally, I was like, you know what? Let's just go. We'll drive out there. There's breweries out there. There was a couple like I didn't do it. We should have done it. Should have went south like an hour. Day one or day two. You know what I mean? Day two, go south an hour. Check out these. There's a handful of breweries down there and whatnot. I've got to go back. I think that's what it comes down to. I got to go back, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see. So, but the drive home was long. Just couldn't do it. Like I don't know if I could. I did it. Obviously, it was 8 hours. More like 8.5, if I'm not mistaken, with stopping and things like that. Dog was kind of Tilly was having issues with. I think she was just nervous in the car, so Lizzie had to give her some treats or some CBD or something like that, and kind of get her to chill. And then she chilled out, she chilled. She was good, just laying. Essentially, Lizzie had her bed in her lap, and Tilly just lay there the entire time. Easy peasy. So, but yeah, I definitely I want to go back. I don't know what state I'm going to go to next for, like, say, winter. I don't know. It might be Colorado, Utah, something like that. But I definitely want to get the snow in, right? There wasn't a lot. It had stopped snowing. Some of the nights got kind of cold. It snowed a couple times, just kind of sporadically, but nothing substantial. So, you know, I just, I want it to be cold, snow, chill, whatever. But it was nice. The weather was actually quite pleasant. Just like I said, it got kind of cold at night, and I wasn't going to sit out on a patio and freeze my ass off. Just wasn't going to happen. But I ended up. I swear, we ended up at downshift like 4 times. Like 4 times. They had good food too. So what are you gonna do? All right. I think that's gonna do it. I just wanted to pop on and have a beer, say hi to everybody. Check to see how Monday streams go. I usually go live on Fridays for a happy hour stream. Sunday night for the Sunday special. Alan and me, we do the Wednesday stream together. We'll probably do it remote again this week just because of the crazy weather that's coming up here in Texas. We got a deep cold warning going on, and bad enough, got some heating issues at the house. So luckily, I realized it when I got home today, and we got someone coming out tomorrow, hopefully to fix it. You know what? Let me knock this back. And you know what? I meant to talk about this anyways. So again, this is Collective Good by Downshift Brewing Company. It's a Kolsch, 4.3% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs. Floral hop character is balanced by a clean and fruity yeast character and slight malt sweetness. This beer finishes with a crisp clean with a touch of fruit character on the finish. Only 75 check-ins. 70 of those are unique. One of them or two of them are mine. 3.89 average score out of 54 ratings. Do you know milk is fastest? Wait, hold on. Did you know milk is the fastest liquid on the planet? It's pasteurized before you see it. My God, a living legend. Yeah, I could have swore I checked this damn thing in. I don't see. That says a day ago. Strikeout. There it is. You can get your ass on over there to Untap. I don't rate the beers. I do want to do I'm going to try to do that next year. Just kind of get back to rating them and giving honest reviews and things like that. But yeah, you can go on Untap, follow at Strikeout Beer Podcast. Everything you see there is the beers that I'm having, the beers I've had this year. That's just a way for me to track it. So let me try to knock this back. That was a little more than I thought, and it's awfully cold. Awfully cold. So next stream will be Wednesday, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. I don't know which one because we do have to do fantasy football. I don't expect to be a late night either because I think I have to get to the office. I don't know if it's going to snow on Tuesday night or Wednesday. We're playing it by ear. Okay, it's just what's going to happen. But yeah, we'll get those reviews out. I'll record the brewery reviews. I'm not going to do them live. I don't think because I just want to focus on that. It'll probably be from my phone, to be honest. I don't like this setup. I don't like much about this. And again, Peasy and them, they just weren't having the best of time with it on Thursday. He was like, how'd it go for y'all? I was like, pretty easy, just not much to it. I like the functionality. I like the options and everything else that kind of comes with it, but I just don't. The other little things. This was one of my issues I had a problem with. I was like, I can't go portrait mode. Well, now I can. So that works. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Thumbs up for me. Just if you're watching this, you don't catch the beer review, it's gonna be a thumbs up. Collective good German style Kolsch. If you're in, if you ever pop into Ruidoso, Downshift Brewing's got a ton of beers. They're all good. Go try them. Go check them out. Enjoy the views. Enjoy the food as well. But I'll be back Wednesday to talk more about my trip. I do have some notes and things like some funny, you know, funny observations. How about that? Anyways, I'm RD. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you Wednesday. Adios.